Hello everybody, this is Sebastian Furtado and welcome to today's video. Someone, I can't remember what's her profile name, asked me not long ago to talk about Samsara. This is a perfume that I love very much. As you can see, I have three different versions of it. And today I'm feeling inspired by the comment, so thank you for mentioning Samsara. So yes, let's go talk about it. Before I spray, I'd like to go in and talk a little bit about the perfume. I'm going to go into Guerlain's own website. The description that they give: Samsara is an elixir of seduction for a woman who has found harmony and balance, which is notably conveyed through the composition's raw materials. The purest sandalwood and a jasmine used only for religious offerings until then. Embrace the perfume in the mythical bee bottle. Designed in 1853 by Pierre-François Pascal Guerlain for the Empress Eugénie, wife of Napoleon, blah blah blah. It talks about the bottle. Fragrance. As Samsara takes flight, it enwraps us in a jasmine flower, which dominates the scent, before sunny ylang-ylang flower embellishes it, the better to unite it with the radiant and generous warmth of sandalwood. Lastly, iris, tonka bean, and vanilla harmonize and render sublime this blend with its remarkable trail. So Samsara is the first woody woman's fragrance in perfumery. It is constructed over beautifully crafted sandalwood used for the first time in these quantities in perfumery. This is Guerlain's own words. I obviously cannot say if it's true or not, but yeah. This is, I believe, the original design of the bottle, which was created in 1989. Yes. This is how it came. And the name right there. Look on top here. Samsara. It's a beautiful, really beautiful bottle. The perfume is just glorious. The bottle for the parfum. Currently, it's this one, the Quadrilobe flacon. A lot of people have been saying that hasn't been available for a while. Some people are saying that it was discontinued. I don't know. I got this a couple of years ago. I don't wear it with a lot of fragrance, this one, because it's a very special perfume to me. But yes, the original bottle of the extract looked like this. It's like a mini version of the eau de toilette and eau de parfum in this bottle. So not long ago, a few years ago, I can't remember what exactly year it was, they put the perfumes from the Légendaire collection, which is Eau de Nuit, Eau de Toilette, L'Or Bleu, and so on, the classics, into bee bottles like this, frosted bee bottles. Yeah. I'm not a huge fan of this bottle. I was never a huge fan of this bottle because first, it's not round, as you can see. It's not round as the original bee bottle. It's like it's squatted. It's like a squashed bee bottle. That's pretty much the main reason I don't like it. Because I don't mind the fact that it's frosted, but I just don't like the shape. It doesn't do it for me. I am not familiar with the vintage Samsara. A lot of people say that the sandalwood back then was much predominant. It was much smoother, creamier, because it was the Indian sandalwood from Mysore sandalwood, I believe. I received, though, a small sample of a vintage eau de parfum, and to my perception, it smells very close to this. This one, I believe, I'm not 100% sure if the liquid of the perfume inside this bee bottle, it's the same one that's in in the current bottle, because they, after this B bottle, they did a transition to what it currently is. This one, the upside down heart. So Samsara, now eau de toilette and eau de parfum, is coming in this bottle, and they just changed the name and the color of the sticker in the middle. Samsara, I believe it's red. So it's coming in this bottle right now. I don't have it in this bottle yet because I still have quite a bit in this one. But eventually I will get it and I'll be able to compare. Because like the eau de parfum I wear a lot. This I have for historical purposes. But I have also worn a lot of it. There's also eau de parfum. I don't have the eau de toilette of it. I prefer the eau de parfum and the extract. But between these two, I prefer this over this. There's something that I don't really... There's something slightly metallic in this bottle that I'm not crazy about. It's still a really, really good perfume. It's a really good rendition of Samsara. But this is my favorite because it smells very close to the to the vintage sample that I received. Very close. And I love it. I honestly love it. So let's spray. Just one more. Two more. God, it's gorgeous. It's so beautiful. It's reminiscent very much of its time, 1989, the end of the 80s. And it's just so beautifully, like, it's a big, bold bouquet of flowers. I get the jasmine very much. It's very strong. On my skin, I just applied it, so the very opening of it, it's quite very, very floral. White florals mostly. And there is maybe the creamy aspect of the ylang ylang. It's probably because of the quantity that I applied, because I did apply a lot, that there's something that's slightly soapy on my skin too, but very, very slightly, very faint. But now it's going into this slow transitioning of mostly floral to something slightly woody. So I guess it's the sandalwood that's coming forward. It's beautiful. The metallic touch that's in this bottle, I really don't get in the B bottle. That's the one thing only that annoys me a little bit with this one. It's this metallic feeling that in this one is it's on my skin. It's more like the soapiness. I guess in this one it comes across as something sharp and metallic, while in this one it's more like soapiness, which goes away. But in this one it lingers quite a bit. It does go away too eventually, but it lasts for quite some time. And now let me spray the parfum. The parfum is my favorite of all concentrations. It's even creamier. It's even more glorious. Yes. Funny thing is, it is still very similar to this, but stronger. That's the one thing that I find with the differences between the eau de parfum and the extracts with Guerlain. The extracts are deeper, they're rounder, they're smoother, they're more what's the word I'm looking for? they're a lot richer versions of the eau de parfum. You can detect a lot more. The notes are much more clear to you in a beautiful, transparent yet deep way. Yeah, the right off the get go here of the parfum, the woodiness, it's more predominant. This is so delicious. A lot of people like Samsara is known for its sandalwood, but to me, it's super floral. I do get sandalwood, but it's not that strong on my skin. And it's the funny thing is the sample of the vintage that I have behaved the same way. I did not get a lot of sandalwood either, even though it's supposed to be the glorious and vintage Samsara with lots of the best sandalwood. Um, I cannot speak on some people have been saying that they use the Australian sandalwood because the Mysore sandalwood was over harvested. I don't know if it's Australian or not, but it is to me the perfect balance of woodiness and floral. It's just perfect. I I don't really know any other perfume like this. It's just so beautiful. I'm in a Samsara heaven right now because it's that gorgeous. It's this beautiful balance of white florals, um, with the sandalwood. It's so creamy. It's so soft. It's so delicious that I don't even know what else to say. I really love this perfume. Yeah, this one is woodier. The extract is woodier on my skin. But I must say that I dabbed this as opposed to spraying this one. So I don't know if spraying the extract I would get any more difference. I would get anything else from it, but it's wonderful. It's this to me. I don't get tonka like it's mentioned in the Guerlain's website. I don't get a lot of tonka. Because tonka to me has that bitter aspect, slightly bitter. I don't get anything bitter in this perfume. Maybe if I get the tonka being by my side, and smell the tonka by itself and then come back to the perfume and doing that kind of test, maybe I would be able to detect it. But right now, it's just this beautiful cloud of white florals, creamy ylang ylang, and creamy sandalwood. I don't know what else to say. It's just wonderful. If you haven't tried Samsara, I highly recommend. Honestly, my personal opinion, go for this or go for the current bottle, which is this, because they're just as wonderful as the vintage to me. I don't have a lot of experience with the vintage. The little sample that I got from very serious collector from Europe just sent me the sample of vintage, and it smelled. I would not kick this to the curb to hunt a vintage. That's just my perception. I would literally not do that. This is just wonderful, and yeah, it's just so beautiful. I'm so happy right now because I really love this perfume. Yes, this is paradise, and it's a beautiful day outside. I don't know if you can notice, but it's quite sunny, and yeah, it just feels good. It's one of those perfumes that makes you feel great and super luxurious and classically. It's just like, whoa, yes. Thank you for spending time with me. Thank you for your time. I appreciate it. So hope you have a wonderful morning, afternoon, day, evening, night, wherever you are in the world. And the world does need more beauty lovers. Bye.